Hi friends, my name is Pradeep. So today I am going to share a incident that recently happened. So you would have gone through or you might have heard every news channel they are reporting on social media platform or news channel as well. That is called Pahalgam terror attack. I'd like to give some background. So I would like to explain in a parts like where did it happen, how did it happen, what is the reason for that, and what are the consequences, what kind of responses has been taken by the Indian government or from the Pakistan government, and what is the final conclusion, final call that we should take as Indian citizens. That I am going to share with you. So, what is that Pahalgam terror attack? What is that? It is a kind of attack by the terrorist. Okay, when did it happen and where did it happen and how did it happen? First, on 22nd April 2025. So we are on today. So just few days back, the incident happened on 22nd April. Almost in the mid of the day. Okay, where did it happen? It happened in Boisharan Valley, Pahalgam. You can say Pahalgam town, small town, and in the district of Anantnag in Kashmir. Okay, so as usual, Pahalgam it's like a Switzerland for India, like such a natural beauty, such a panorama and kind of pictures. So as usual, the visitors or the tourists used to visit there, spend times, stay over there for a couple of days, and they enjoy and they they generally spend a couple of days over there, enjoy their life, and they spend the vacation over there. So as usual on that day also, the around more than 100 tourists or you can say visitors they went there, and that space, that place is surrounded by dense pine forest. It's a pine forest, pine tree, and it's all of the sides, and the it was popular spot for the visitors or the tourists. So what happened on that day? Around 5 militants. Militants means the military persons. They entered into that area. They were not exactly militant. They were acting like a militant. They wore the military style uniform, but they were actually, in fact, they were the terrorists. Okay, so they entered into that area and they were targeting to the non-Muslim male tourists, specifically non-Muslim male tourists. Why I am saying that, I am going to explain you why I am saying that they are mostly targeted. They targeted to male, non-Muslim male tourists. What exactly happened? Those were the terrorists sponsored by the Pakistans. Maybe that we are just expecting or assuming kind of things. Whatever the events we have produced before the administration, that we got to know that may be sponsored by the Pakistan. So what exactly happened on that day? Around 100 plus tourists were there in that place, and the 5 militant, the terrorists, entered into that place, and they carried the AK-47s, the M4 carbines, and the other weapons, and they tried to attack on the tourists. So the tourists, as usual, they used to roaming around here and there. They were shooting. They were like roaming on the on the grounds, and that space, that place was very restricted. Restricted in the sense, it was like you can say accessible by horseback or on foot only. You can't go by normal mode of transport, like if you are buying, you can travel, or if you have like, there is no such communication as such, because it's such a hilly area and such a hill station and such a dense forest, you can't go by the normal mode of transport. Okay, so what happened when the terrorists entered into the place and the tourists also were there, so they came across and the terrorists attacked suddenly because they had the weapons and they had a plan for that, and the normal tourists, they don't have anything. They are just thinking maybe when they shout some sound, or they thought that there may be some festivals or going on or something happened, and they would have heard some sounds as well, but they could not guess what could be the possible instance for that. So in between, what happened? The tourist and terrorists, there were couple of conversation happened. What kind of conversation? First conversation happened that the tourists were asked that what's your name, what's your religions, and so that they can easily identify the religions of a tourist. Second, some of the tourists were asked to recite the Islamic what is called Islamic verse of Kalima. I really don't know what exactly it is. It's very something. Kalima. So so they were asked to recite it, so that the terrorists can segregate or can bifurcate or can identify them by religions easily. And some of the male tourists, they were forced to remove the trousers to check the lack of circumcisions before being killed and shoot. Okay, so this kind of conversation, this kind of incidents happen. Okay, then what exactly happened? So the terrorists suddenly attacked and directly killed them. If you are a Hindu, you are not able to recite the Kaul, then they will be fired immediately. If you are a Muslim, then fine, no issue. And they spared to all the women's kids, everything. They are only targeted to male who are non-Hindu. Okay, non-Muslim, sorry. Then the incident was happened in the very isolated place, and it was not heavily protected. So all of a sudden, what happened? The Puni means the small local vendors, maybe small shopkeepers. They are selling some articles for the visitors. So they came across, and when they got to know, they tried to support them. So one Puni vendor, he tried to protect the tourists, and he wrestled with a gun of one of the terrorists, but he was killed brutally. He could not save the life and could not protect the tourist. So same like one of the women, like you can say the woman, or you can say the victim, he was spared, telling that she was being spared because she could tell or narrate the horror or incident to the Prime Minister of Modi of India. She was spared. The attackers or the terrorists didn't do anything. Okay. And on the other hand, there was another victim who was Christian. She was brutally shot and killed by the attackers after refrained from the reciting of the Kalima, that Muslim something, I'm not sure, Kalima. And on the other hand, the Hindu who was able to recite the Kalima, he was spared, did not do anything, the attackers. So like this way, there are many conversations happen between that, and when it happened, that time around, it was afternoon, 3 o'clock. So the message reached the district administration. So before that, the Pune associations or the locals or the local people, they assisted to them, they support to them, and the person who are got injured, they have been taken to nearby hospitals. So if I talk about the casualty, what exactly happened, how many people are lost their life. So around 26 people were killed by the attackers, and they were from several states. So out of 26, 23 people were from the several states of India, and one from Jammu Kashmir itself, and the two person from like they are foreigners. They were foreigners, one from Nepal, another from UAE. Okay, so now mostly the 23 people, out of them mostly they are from Karnataka, then Tamil Nadu, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, then West Bengal. So they are from different states. Okay, and out of the 26 people, 3 people who are government officials. So one officer who got recently married and were killed, he was from Indian Air Force, and another, the second officer was from Indian Navy, and the third officer was from Indian Intelligence Bureau. So these are massive attack happened. So you can say such a massive attack happened after the Mumbai attack. It is the second time happened again. Okay, so this is the casualty happened. So now all of a sudden the local people supported, and when the news spread to the district administration, the district operation team, the rescue team came forward, and they started operation, doing the rescue operations, and 2 of the severely injured people were taken in the nearby hospitals, and many of them were taken to the district hospitals for that treatment. So see, the things is that 26 people, they were tourists and they were innocent. There were no fault at all. But why they were killed? What is the reason behind that? Then the reason, there may be 2 possibilities, 2 reasons. What the investigation department said or reported on the social media. First is, the attack was claimed by the TRF. What is that? The Resistance Front. It is a government bodies. They stated that the main reason could be due to the settlement of non-Kashmir in the Kashmir Valley. According to them, they are driving. It was driving to the demography changes, like the dispute is going on, right? The POC, the what is called the disputed area between the India and Pakistan border. Maybe because of that, the demography changes, they are trying to grab this area. Or second, maybe second case, maybe the Intelligence Bureau, they reported that it is the master plan of the commander of APT. What is that? Or sorry, TEL, that is called Lashkar. It is the Lashkar-e-Taiba. It is a terrorist group. Maybe there may be some mastermind, and they would have planned for that, to try to do this activity, such a kind of mischievous activity. Okay, so there may be 2 reasons. So there could be multiple reasons that we are trying to figure out, and the investigation is going on. That later on, see, every day, even if today I got many messages from the insights, the applications. These are like related to the Pahalgam attack. What is that attack? What is going on? So every day you will get some kind of news. It's been more than now 5 to 6 days. Every day you are getting 50% news from the Pahalgam attacks. Okay. Then coming to that response, what kind of responses were taken by the Indian government, and what kind of responses were taken by the Pakistan government? So the first response was taken by the Prime Minister Modi himself, he was about to travel to the Saudi Arabia on that day. So all of a sudden, after hearing that news, he caught the he caught the visit to the Saudi Arabia short and returned back to India immediately to chair a meeting. Okay, so during the meeting, it was a meeting with 15 members of the different committees and different political parties, and they took a 5 major decisions against the Pakistan. The first major decision was India would immediately suspend the Indus Water Treaty. Okay, Indus Water Treaty, there is a Indus River, right? The India is supplying water to the Pakistan. So immediately suspend, the Pakistan will not get the water, right? So that suspension happened with immediate effect. Okay, and it will continue until the Pakistan ceases to support with the cross-border terrorism. Second major decisions was like closure of the main cross-border between two countries. The main gate between India and Pakistan, that is already got closed. Then third major decision was a travel ban to all the Pakistani nationals, granted under SARC, the SARC scheme, the SARC visa exemption schemes was withdrawn. Nobody can travel with that visa. That was granted earlier, but that is banned completely. And there was fourth major decision was taken by the committee that cancellation of all previously issued visa to all the Pakistani nationals. Now there is no travel, no communication between India and Pakistan. Everything is interrupted, and the last and the not the least major decision was taken by the committee was that the Pakistani military providers, what is called Pakistani military advisors of the Pakistan High Commissioner, like who are in sitting in the New Delhi, they were expelled, and on their counterpart from India side, they are sitting in Islamabad, they were withdrawn. So now there is no you can say advisor or committee from India side or from the Pakistan side. So the 5 major decisions were taken by India government with an immediate impact. Then what are the major responses taken by the Pakistan government? The Pakistan government also taken the 3 major decisions. First is suspension of similar agreement. There was some agreement between Pakistan agreement. What is called similar agreement? If you Google it, you can find what kind of. That was suspension of similar agreement. Then second, the suspension of all trades between the Pakistan and India with immediate effect, including the third party service providers. If I am providing services to China and China directly providing services to Pakistan, that kind of service is not happening. Even if I am providing directly to you or indirectly providing, that everything is banned or everything is completely banned or you can say suspended. Okay. Then the third major decision or the response taken by the Pakistan government was the closure of airspace, closure of Pakistan airspace to all the Indian aircraft. Now Indian aircraft can't fly directly with the Pakistan airspace. You need to route it through different countries. So because of that reason, you might have heard recently, yesterday I got to know that all the international flights like coming towards maybe UAE or UK and all. So now they are taking more times because of Pakistan have already closed the airspace for India, and the fuel consumption happening more burden to the final passengers, and the more fuel cost, everything is getting increased. So these are the major steps taken by the Pakistan government. Then what happened to the economic to the Pakistan government as well as India? So as of now, India has not seen any kind of economic impact, but After this incident, the Pakistan stock market plunged, and you can say this got down around 1050 basis point, reduced in a single day because of that news. And on the other hand, the American President Donald Trump, he called immediately to the Prime Minister Modi, and he supported to India. If any kind of assistance is required, the Trump will support to India. So after hearing this news also, the Pakistan stock market gradually getting decreased day by day. Okay, so this is the economic impact happen. So the question is why these innocent pupils are getting killed without any fault. So that is the question. So everybody is trying to figure out what could be the reasons, whether the terrorists sponsored by Pakistan or it is the internal terrorists who are taking part of this mischievous activity. The investigation department or the intelligence bureau, they are trying to investigate the matter. So very soon we will figure out who are the culprits for this mischievous activity. So the final call is from my end, as a Indian citizens, we should always support the country or the betterment of the country as we grow. Like India is not such a country where we can make the terror free. If you can support, or if everybody will come together and stand and for the betterment of the government of the country, obviously we can make the country terror free or terrorist free. So the final message you can say, like, stop terrorism and save the humanity. That's it. Thank you.